Giving all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So the question is what do you do with a slave after you don't need them no more, right? And that's real deep because some of the things that we see going on in the world. You see. Let's just take the electric cars for example. So that's technology, right? That's out of this world, and it's technology that civilizations had in the past. Because the Bible says nothing is new under the sun, and then we could go to like Egypt, and then if you do your research on the Ark of the Covenant, they saying that it was like some type of generator or something like that, Um, and let's just take electric cars for example. We know that that's technology of the world to come. But see, the battle is between wicked and righteous, right? The wicked feel like they gonna run the world to come, but we know in the Bible, the prophecy says that the righteous is gonna rule the world to come. So they have glimpse of those technologies right now. You see, Salah. They have glimpse of those things right now, and you can see it. They got all type of technology, man. They got their own little spacecrafts that they done created that look like UFOs. They got free energy, like what Nikola Tesla was working on. Man, they got all type of stuff. You talking about 5G? They got 6G, 7G, and everything. But what people don't understand is, because people ask questions, they say, well, they can't build electric cars for everybody because the grid can't hold that power. Well, what you're not understanding is that it's not meant for everybody. Before they come with a full system, you think they're going to give the power of having a chip in your brain and pretty much becoming a superhuman or merging with artificial intelligence and robot parts, and you think they're going to give that power to everybody on Earth, 8 billion people on Earth? No. They don't plan for 8 billion people to be around when they come with this new system. So before that comes, they have to kill off, and this goes back to the Georgia Guidestones. They got rid of those things because it was time. It was time for them to start, making their moves, and out of sight, out of mind. So they got rid of it, took it down, so people could stop talking about it so much because it was exposed in their hands, right? So they want to get rid of billions, if not 4, 5, 6 billion people, 7 billion people, and then who's left around? If there's a billion people on Earth that's left, then they system will work. They more advanced system will work, because what do you do with a slave when you don't need them no more? After you don't need them no more? Well, the answer to that is you kill them, because you don't let them go free. Because if you let them go free, they gonna have kids, they gonna build strong, and then they gonna come back to get revenge on you. After you don't need a slave no more, you kill them. And that's what the elites are doing of this world. The ones that really rule this world, the elite Edomites that's ruling the world behind the scenes. They finna get ready and kill all their slaves because they don't need slaves no more. You see what I'm saying? But they have this technology now that they can rely off. In the past, they needed slaves because they didn't have the technology. So they needed people to work and do things for them. But they don't need people to do things for them no more because they have this technology that they developed too. You see how it works? What do you do with the workers that are replaced by robots in McDonald's and Hardee's and Burger King? When one of them do it and it's successful, all the rest of them are going to do it. All the rest of the fast food chains are going to do it. What do you do with the truck drivers, the 3 million truck drivers, when you have a self-driving truck that a company could just buy? And now they don't have to pay an employee or a truck driver. They just own the truck and it drives itself from point A to point B and does whatever they want it to do. And could go how many hours and don't need to take breaks like truck drivers have to. No room, less room for error. They got technology that they ain't showed you yet, man. What do you do with the truck drivers, the 3 million truck drivers sitting at home now? What, do you just feed them for free? Give them electricity and gas for free? Home shelters for free? No, you kill them, get them out the way, because You have to survive off that grid, and you can't just use that grid just to supply power to somebody that's worthless in your eyes and that's not working because they've been replaced by robots. When one company successfully has self-driving trucks and it works, then guess what? Just like we said with the fast food chains, all the rest of the companies are going to follow because they're in competition and they have to compete. That's how it works. When you see Porsche gets an electric car, Tesla comes with an electric car, guess what? Everybody else is doing it now because they have to compete. Now Audi has an electric car. The new Lamborghini that just came out, the new Lamborghini Aventador, the replacement to the Aventador is a hybrid, part electric. Bugatti, the new Bugatti is going electric. The Cadillac Escalade is electric. Shit, the Challenger, the Charger is electric now. The new ones is coming. Porsche, like I said, Mercedes got fully electric driving cars now. Everybody has to do it. You see, but then what do? They gonna replace the police force. They defunding them. Oh, y'all ain't watch RoboCop? iRobot? Yeah, cause they gonna replace the police with electric robots, artificial intelligence. So they gonna lose their jobs too. So that's what you see going on in the world right now. What do you see? You see Esau behind the scenes trying to come up with clever ways to kill off how many people he can. When you ask, where did Hamas get their weapons from? Where are they getting their backing from? Well, they getting it from Iran. And then you say, okay, well, then where did Iran get their backing from? Well, they talk about the $6 billion that Iran was given. And who's backing them? And then they talk about Iraq and all the military, billions of dollars of military, whether it was tanks, armored trucks, weapons and guns that was left in Iraq. See, when we seen that, we was laughing like, damn, they just left all that shit over there. No, they left that to them so they could go to war, so they could actually have a chance to fight back. You say, well, why would they do that if they're allies with Israel? Why would they do that and leave the enemy weapons so the enemy can fight against somebody that they allies with and that they love and that they depend on? Well, it's about the elites behind the scenes. The elites behind the scenes, they fund both sides of the war. They play both sides of the war. They want a conflict that's going to kill off billions because, like we just said, what do you do with a slave after you don't need them no more? And the answer to that is you kill them. So they want a conflict where they could kill off as many people on Earth and get the numbers way down. So this technology that they come with, and it's the same thing with the Israelites, with us. Well, before we get in the kingdom, the Earth population is going to be tremendously lowered because that shit's going to be cut down. So they ain't doing nothing, but they trying to do it on the wicked side. They trying to do everything. They trying to copy off what we got. They trying to create a kingdom for them, but they just trying to do it in a wicked way. And they understand that they got to kill off billions, and then that's when they could come with the fly shit. Then that's when they could come with the spacecrafts they got, the flying cars they got. You can't have flying cars with 8 billion people on Earth and let's just say half of the population or Earth, or 4 billion or even 2 billion people got cars in the sky, flying cars in the sky. You can't have that type of system. But you can have it if you only got 1 billion people on Earth and only maybe 200 million people are actually flying them, and the other ones ain't there yet because they still under. You see what I'm saying? You can't have that type of system. When they kill off billions, then they could come with flying cars. You see what I'm saying? Then they could come with chips in your brain that makes you a superhuman. You got Google in your mind. Anything you need to, if you working on a car, you just think about it in your mind, then it pops up in your mind. Now you know how to fix on a car. You know how to fix it. But shit, you ain't got to fix on no cars no more because they're going to be completely electric. No maintenance. No oil change. No cooling change. No timing belt. No head gaskets. No rods. No pistons. You can't come with Not okay. We getting rid of all gas cars and we only running off electric cars. You can't do that because it's going to put too much stress on the grid when everybody's relying off electricity. But if you only got 1 billion people on Earth, then you can do it. You see how it works? You see the trend here? That's the plan, man. And guess who's number one on that list to wipe out? Well, we know the Israelites, they want to get rid of us so bad. And a lot of other nations. But now they focus on these other groups and shit like that. But the Lord gonna catch them slipping. When he gets right at the top, it talks about this. I ain't got a Bible in front of me, but I'm gonna quote it. I believe it's in the book of Joel where it talks about, when they getting ready to fill their belly. What does that mean? It talks about it in Habakkuk 2. So it's like when they getting ready to fill their belly and they getting to the top of reaching their goals and they sit back and say, we did it. The Lord gonna come down on them hard. But this is gonna be after all the death on earth. They gonna cause that. The Lord's putting in their heart to cause that, man. All the death and suffering that's finna come upon the earth that you about to see, right? When that happens, and those numbers get to going down, and 1 billion people, because you don't know the real numbers. The numbers that they put out on social media and the numbers that they put out on the news is not the real numbers. But they do know the real numbers. They got estimates of the real numbers. They might come on and tell you, man, in 2020 and 2019, 1 million people died. But the real number behind the scenes is 10 million. You see how it works? That's exactly how it works. So they might come out and say, man, this war was so horrible, 100 million people died. But behind the scenes, it was 3-4 billion. You see what I'm saying? And they gonna get those numbers and they gonna sit back and say, look, our goal was to kill, out of 8 billion people, our goal was to kill 5-6 billion people. We did it. They gonna get the numbers back and say, where we at? We at 3 million right now. Okay, we at 4 million. We at 4 billion now. They gonna get the numbers. Look, you reach your goal. You made it to 6 billion people that dead. Then they gonna sit back and say, look, we did it. Then, okay, now come out with our new spacecrafts. Come out with our flying cars. Come out with our chips. Come out with a fully digital system. Digital currency. Come out with all this other technology that we've been hiding and keeping from the people. Free energy. Come out with that now. And then that's when the Lord going to invade the earth. Come back. Yep, okay. You did. It has to be done. Bible prophecy is that billions of people, that majority of people on earth going to die. That's Bible prophecy. So it has to be done. So he going to ride Esau until he get to a point, and then he going to take it from him. And then give it to his elect. Because in the midst of that, the Lord is going to save who he got in store for to inherit this kingdom. The Lord going to be doing stuff too. While Esau doing all that, the Lord going to be taking people, into the wilderness. And keeping them safe for a little time. Into the chambers. And keeping them safe until a little time pass by. And when Esau's done with all this killing, and he sit back and say, look, we did it. We got it. We got the earth population down. We could come with all our shit now. We the top. Can't nobody come against us. That's when the Lord going to appear and crack that sky open. And go ahead and put them to death. Because the elect is going to come back and fight with the Lord. So you got a salvation. You got a pleading in the wilderness. So you say, well, then the Lord going to come back 3 times? No, we not talking about it like that. But the angels are going to be here doing what? Protecting brothers. If all hell breaks loose tomorrow, the angels are already here and they're going to be protecting brothers. Guiding brothers. And some brothers going to be getting taken up already. And you got a resurrection that's going to happen. And then you got when our Lord enters the play, when he cracks the skies and come back with the holy angels and the elect to fight. See, people don't understand prophecy and how it's going to happen. Because you're going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. And then what do you have after that? You have us setting up shop, Cause when we come, we already gonna be beamed up, man, and changed. When we come back with the Lord, I say we hopefully. When we come back with the Lord and we fight with on the side of our Lord, then we're gonna come down. We're gonna stay on earth and we're gonna inherit the kingdom. We're gonna set shop back up in our land, wherever it may actually be, if it is where it is, and the Lord gonna dwell there with us forever, and we gonna go around the earth getting shit in check, in line. Because when the righteous in rulership, roughly paraphrasing, when the wicked is rulership, the earth mourn, but when the righteous in rulership, the earth rejoice. But you still gonna have people that's gonna fight against it. Now you get to Zechariah 14 and it talks about the people that's gonna be punished and how they gonna be punished if they fight against it. And you're gonna have people that's gonna come with arms open, and that goes to Isaiah 60 and Revelations 21, where our gates are gonna be open. Now, are you an Israelite? Do you get to inherit the kingdom? No. But can you come here and offer stuff to us? Yes. Could you find favor? Yes. Because if an Israelite man takes a woman of another nation as a wife, that's going to bring favor on and honor on her whole family, that she was chosen just to be a wife of an Israelite man. Or a concubine of an Israelite man. That's how it works, man. Y'all got to understand Bible, and you got to go through Bible prophecy, because that's what we're seeing right now. And a lot of people don't know. They always on some goofy shit, and they don't know Bible prophecy. So they don't know what's going on right now, man. Well, what's going on right now, like we said, we asked the question, what do you do with a slave when you don't need them no more? That's what's going on right now. They finna get rid of their slaves that they don't need no more. It's too many. They call them eaters. Motherfuckers just eating shit up. You eating air up, you eating oxygen up, you eating gas, you eating electricity up, you eating literally eating all the food up. They said, that's enough. We ain't taking care of nobody no more. We didn't advance our technology to a point where we don't need slaves to do work for us no more. We can have robots and create technology to do that work for us now. Goodbye. What do? You see, you guys don't understand the mechanics behind how things work. See, I've been blessed to grow up in a lot of different fields, so I understand things. Like I've been in construction. I was a construction worker. I've been in construction. I know that if you lay concrete down, you have to put metal in it first, so it don't crack and bend and all out of shape. You got to put metal rebar in it. See, I know the mechanics behind things. I drove trucks for years. I've been all over the country driving trucks. So I know what it takes to maintain that truck. I've seen the different sides of the United States, how it looks over here in Oregon, how it looks in Washington, how it looks down in Arizona, Phoenix, how it looks in LA, how it looks in Florida, how it looks East Coast, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York, all that shit, Texas, how Texas life is. I know the mechanics behind things. I've been blessed to see it. You don't understand. If you have all electric cars, guess who's out of work, and who's losing jobs then? You guessed it, mechanics. Now they losing their jobs because now everybody got electric cars. Now you gotta have special training to be able to work on these electric cars and change a battery out. So all these dudes that just go and open up their own shops and have a little mechanic shop and start doing brakes and oil, you finna get phased out because they making all the cars electric now. You gotta see the cause and the effect of things, man. They moving everybody out. So them dudes finna be jobless, and what you think they gonna do with them? They finna figure out a way to kill people now that they don't need them no more. Because we don't need mechanics no more. Because our cars are electric. So we don't really need mechanics like that no more. This is how it works. We don't really need McDonald's employees no more. Because we finna put robots and artificial intelligence in that motherfucker. Just like you go into McDonald's now, you go right up to the kiosk and order your food. You ain't got to talk to nobody up at the front desk. You go right to the kiosk, order your food, put your card in. Somebody bring your food out, set it out, you pick it up. Some stores You could go in, get all your food, put them in your cart, and then you go up and you just scan your hand and pay for everything. It just scans your hand, reads your fingerprint, and everything's paid for. You ain't gotta lift no card out of your pocket, no cash out of your pocket. You just scan your hand, you pay for it, you walk out with your food. They deliver your food to you. Shit, they got drones and shit that could deliver your food to your front porch. You ain't never even gotta leave the house. This is what's leading to, man. They got the technology, now that they don't have to rely on their slaves no more. Now it's just too many people on Earth to control. It's too many eaters on Earth to control. So now they like we finna get rid of them. That's what 2020, 2019 was about. Trimming down that number. Everything we seen right now is all about trimming that number down. Trim it down. Trim it down a little bit. Trim it down gradually so nobody can tell. Okay, we knocked off 100 million in 2019, 2020 throughout the whole world. Okay, that's good. Now we need something else. Will Hamas go to war with Israel? Hamas sleeper cells in the United States wake up, activate, start some shit here. Now they at full war. Russia, Ukraine, get China involved, get North Korea involved, get Iran involved, get the Saudis involved in a world war for the next 3-4 years and completely wipe out billions. And then they say what? Because what did Esau say? He gonna emerge out the fire like a phoenix bird. That's what he thinks, but it's not true. It's not gonna happen. He think he gonna bring the fire, and the Lord said he gonna bring fire and brimstone. Esau think he gonna emerge out like a phoenix. And then at the end, when the dust clear, Esau think he gonna be standing there with complete rulership over the earth with his new technology, his new system. But that's just not gonna happen. That's what he gonna think. The Lord's lead him to think that. And then the Lord gonna catch him. Boom. Let me take that up off you and give it to the righteous. Giving all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, salvation to the elect.